Good morning. Happy Friday. All right. Oh, silver and gold on the move. Oh, silver's been on the move for a little while, but maybe it's getting a little ahead of itself. I'm looking at this weekly chart. Look at the size of this bar on the weekly time frame. And so on the weekly time frame, and we look at all time frames, are they extended? Are they likely to retrace? Well, in one time frame, it definitely is extended. And it came out of this consolidation. Or on the daily time frame, we talked about this consolidation, which is this bar in between the two big bars. It's, so we've been talking about bullish price action. In the room, we've been talking about absorbing supply and bullish price action at resistance. Well, this was bullish price action without any resistance. And you see this 180 reversal right there. So this is the idea of building a new base or consolidation through consolidation after a void, which we'll take a look at the broader markets, looking at the Russell and the Dow, which have been leading the way lately before they were underperformers. We'll be watching to see if they can build a little base like this because short term, they're getting extended. So this provides a strong level. Well, we'll find out how strong it is, but what it should do, we would find out how strong it is if it pulls back there. But now that it's had this extension from there, it builds another little void to see if it can consolidate again to then push higher since there's no overhead resistance here. Um, so on the 65-minute chart, as we look into smaller time frames and expand the data, you then, like as intraday traders, look to see, has this built a support area? And that gives us levels intraday that should not be violated. You see there's a pivot there, and it made a higher low and goes sideways, and now it's forming a little consolidation there, which in theory, it should break out above there and then continue to go higher. Since it's pushed up to this resistance and we've got a little bottoming tail bar, and this, you can see this has got 5 minutes left to go in it, but building another bottoming tail bar. So buyers continue to step up on little dips. So in looking at multiple time frames, if you're swing trading, you would use these two. Day traders, we would look at the 65-minute, and then we could drill down to the 5-minute, and you can see as you expand the data even further, you see more of the whips and wiggles back and forth. So this is part of our process of looking at multiple time frames. But when we see, say, if you're trading this time frame and you see whips back and forth, you can trade from here. Right? Say if it goes sideways at this resistance and then the next breakout, similar to what we looked at here. And this, as we condense it, it takes away the noise. And we can see those whips back and forth are just bottoming tail bars. And so we go back to the 5-minute and see if it can consolidates. And that's the process of looking at multiple time frames. Now, you don't have to do this, meaning if you just wanted to trade it from the 65-minute chart, you've got enough information here to just buy above the highs if they trigger it, put a stop down below there. And that's it. You share size it accordingly. All right, gold. Right, laying some catch up. Right, we talked about it here a couple of weeks ago, a buy setup. We talked about it here this week, a buy setup. And this pattern supports a bias that it's going to make new all-time highs. Now, you've got the 65-minute, same consolidation. And look here. You got similar patterns. All of these patterns happen in all time frames, like a bull flag, right? Bull flag, There's your momentum move. You're flagging. Momentum move. You're flagging. Now this has created a void, and maybe it needs to consolidate a little while here. Um, bar by bar, multiple time frames, but this suggests it's going up there. And who knows? 5,000 with these short-term interest rates moving lower, that would support that. And you've got, and so there's our 13-week. And this told us that when everybody knew they were going to cut. And then his commentary was they're going to buy short-dated bonds. And so that will, another way of adding liquidity, and this will continue to go down, which is helping fuel those metals and pushing the dollar lower. Where's my dollar symbol here? Yeah, right here. And there you go. The dollar was going higher and higher, and now the Fed is out, and here it is. Short-term interest rates going lower. It puts pressure on currencies. This odds are coming lower, and that will help gold go higher. However, it is not helping crude oil, which continues to be weak. Yes, supply, and looks like it's coming down to that low, maybe lower. All right, broader markets. Continued rotation. This was amazing. Meaning the comeback yesterday. This is just the holiday trading, but the semiconductors look like this, where they had gapped lower, and basically, they came down to intraday support and bottoming tail bar, and now you've got, what is it, Broadcom gapping lower, and oh, what is this going to do? See, buyers came in again here. 5-minute chart, this one. It's coming down, and starts building a little support area. And similar pattern, and it's forming a consolidation. You can see, I'll expand that here. Push up, it's rattling around. It's not the same as something that's in an uptrend, but you got to take these patterns and put them in the context of um, multiple time frames in the instrument and into market analysis. And so, but little push up and a consolidation. So buyers are stepping up there. I guess anticipating more of the holiday trading, and this will go up. So we'll see what happens with these semiconductors. Which, there we go. There's that bottoming tail bar, and on the Broadcom, this is down, and so far it's beginning to stabilize there. Maybe it'll chop around. And yesterday we were anticipating some choppy price action, and we did get that on the Qs, and you can see, but they came back strongly. And so now prior day's low is our first reference point of support, and on that time frame, and we'll see if it just trades in between here today. So far, it's just essentially down a little bit, but kind of running in place. Clearly, money is coming out of tech. Oh, that's a split, so that's not giving us a clear view, but you know what I mean. With all this AI news, and we see what's happening because of that and the investments, and now you've got Broadcom coming out with simmering expectations, which is good for them to do that. Remember, for years, Microsoft has done that almost on every earnings report, saying, "Oh, it probably won't be as good the next time," and then they do well, and so calming expectations down. All right, now interest rates are pushing up. this morning. And you can see it's a big move. So yesterday, well, a few days ago, early in the week, we talked about this move above this resistance area. And, the Fed news comes out, it reverses, it's coming down. Now it's right back up again. So all of this holiday bullish price action, at some point, if this continues to move up, I mean, it just historically, when I say this, expected to have an effect, a short-term bearish effect. Maybe the markets will ignore that as we get into the end of the year. Typically, you get that that Santa Claus rally theme, which rates are moving up. It continues into the first week of January, but we'll see how much the market can brush this off. And these tech companies were, giving the news that is happening. There's the 30-year gapping above this area, and they've got room to go up. So interest rates going up, 30-year going up, 10-year going up, mortgage rates go up. That's got to hurt home builders, which have been bottoming. And here we go. Maybe that one's split too. No, I can't tell where this is at, but you can see this bottoming action that's going on here. So I'm interested to see how these home builders react. And even like construction, Home Depot, I don't know where this is at here, really not having much of an effect. Oh, we shall see. Yeah, I'm going to look at SPX. I've got that ready. So here's the spiders. You can see where they're at, up near the highs there. Things dipped down near the prior day's low, and buyers stepped in. Most of the time, when you get a gap down and a test down here, most times with a pattern like this where it's been going sideways, it goes lower. But this holiday trading, the buyer stepped in again and pushed it up. And you've got, financials, breaking out. This was this disgusting, I say disgusting pattern that was going on. You look at the weekly chart where it's rounding, and now it looked like it was going to break, and it didn't. And it come roaring back. So again, whippy, crazy kind of price action, and now that broke out. And so that's a big positive. We'll see if it can. Well, you can see, it's where it's at here. Gapping up. So markets but continuing to push up. All right. So spiders are, I said, basically unchanged. SPX, nothing was touched yesterday. But look where they're pushing the high strike to. Now, if markets can push up, that could be hit because you've got a consolidation here. And so we'll see if markets can clear yesterday's high, and the put strike, I would say that's not going to get touched today. Shouldn't. And you're below a half number. Now the question is, close above or below 6,900. We were discussing that yesterday in the room. We're making some little bets there about which way that'll close today. So far, it's right there, based on looking at SPY, and when the market opens, we'll see which way things are going to get moving. All right. Yesterday, Bitcoin news, right? That was rolling over. That came back. So now they're talking about tokens on different stocks. So they're just creating new products for people to buy and trade. I forget what the name is, but tokens, right? Now tokens for trading individual stocks, or other investments that they're going to create these tokens for that you can invest in. Oh, so that came back. We'll see if it can clear these highs or whether it's going to roll over. And as this came back, strategies, MSTR, that came roaring back yesterday. but still within this consolidation marking time. I'll wait and see on that. And yeah, ETH, I'm going to see. What's it going to do here? Is it going to violate yesterday's low? So far, it's just more wait and see which way things are going to go. Um, yeah. And so, look, as always, we see where the markets are at. You get where support resistance. Let me go back here first. Let me go to the Dow here. So yesterday's lows, first support. It's a wide range bar. It's created a void. So far, things are higher. That's the day chart. There's a little bit of a rejection there. Really not a big deal, but you can see the big space because of the run up. And IWM, same thing. So far, just at the top of the range. Maybe we get another third day up, and so on. To you, Dan.
Good morning. Happy Friday. This is your DTE. We have a ton of open trades here. One or two shorts, but very long and trail mode. And I got a couple other bottoming patterns we're watching. I don't have many alarms going off. Berber, 1, 2, 3. I don't know why the alarm went off, but that's a nice 1, 2, 3. Look at the weekly and monthly, totally support multiple time frames all in alignments for a possible big move. $40. That'd be what, 14%? So that I like. Titty. Yeah, it needs to chop around, with that topping tail. CCJ, yeah, I like. I think that can head to the gap fill here. Let's set an alarm at 96.20. CQ's rolling here. Sell set up on the 5-minute pre-market. NAC, we're already in, Thomas. We bought calls, but yep, even as a new trade, looks great. Yep. Yeah, I see it capping up a few pennies, but if you were to get a 1, 2, 3, that would be a awesome pattern for Monday. But yeah, we're already in it. Looks good. URA, uranium, I mentioned yesterday, I like. Nice little consolidation there after a breakout. Paul, we're in the ETF trader. Up alarm went off at 140. We bought this breakout there on Tuesday. It came in a little bit, but let's say somebody might ask, was that a breakout failure? I'd say no, but it's bar by bar danger. You're on probation. It should not have done that. But breakout failure would be if it took out this pivot. So now we're back in good shape. Vic, Viking Yachts, up alarm. Nice set of low alarm at 70. Up alarm 71.50. I'll tighten the stop. If it keeps going, then I'll tighten the stop under this pivot after 10 a.m. CSIQ is in the tan sector. Up alarm went off. I like that as a put spread. Tan. I like long. Yesterday was a crazy inside bar. But that is a nice void on the daily. It's a breakout. You got a buy setup 1, 2, 3 weekly. Now, had we had this identical daily weekly when well, I don't know, that's not a good example. So yeah, I guess ignore the monthly. We're trading the daily, weekly. RCAT alarm, another bottoming pattern. We're already in it. My up alarm went up there at 890. SES alarm. I'm short the $2 puts. I wish it had a better void, but this is nice. Broke out and it's curled, closing 4-bar breakout. And that's why I shorted puts instead of bought the stock. L Lima up alarm. We're in trail mode. SMH low alarm. We got a call spread. AMD we got a call spread. One that expires today and one next week. So hopefully I'll be able to move stop break even on AMD right at the open, at least on the 0 DTE or D-Dog. We're short. I had a low alarm go off. We're in trail mode. And those look like all my alarms. Twilio. Yeah, it is a 1, 2, 3 from consolidation. Just not sure about the a directional, but I like it a lot, John, for a put spread at least. So if you want to watch that for us, I would appreciate it. Oh, SanDisk, I had a low alarm go off. We shorted a put spread on this yesterday into the close, right on that breakout. And do y'all remember what I said? I'm like, I said these premiums are so friggin' jacked that there has to be pending news. We did the 200s way down here and got so even with the gap down, we got massive cushion still. Well, let me see if is that the strength we did. All right, I'll have to check the sheet. Oh, I gotta log in with Toss over here. So, that's a very good lesson. Whenever you see Jack Premium and that's too good to be true and it's not earnings, you better go looking for pending news because the option market is not stupid. They don't have those jacks to give you a gift. All right. Let's go to earnings now. There's not many. APCO. All right, so that's what's dragging the SMX down. 383. Gap's too big to do a call spread, and I don't like it as a put spread unless it accelerates lower. Sam's Lulu has been the talk of the town. Some of us did a condor, including me. I did the 160 puts. Look at my horizontal line here. The November lows, and I did the 215s. So big gap up. So I still have $11 of cushion for today. I got a $5 wide. So I'm 97% sure I'm going to have a nice open profit at the open once the spreads contract a little bit. But in terms of a new trade, I would be approaching this as it's a big bullish gap. But is it excessive? 30-minute low, 0 DTE call spread. But not a tier one. This 21.25, that's a nice bearish gap under 3 bars. If you can get a call spread on that, it would be the ticket. Cost, we were looking at a condor. I couldn't get a good midpoint, so I did not do it. But I think Sam might have. All right. Once Eric gave me a couple here. Hold on, Eric. Let me get through these. RH 163. Okay, so that's still a mess, but possible 30-minute high put spread. November X-ray 20. There you go. There's a gap and crab. There's a gap and crab. Let's put November X-ray here. And let me see if they have 0 DTEs. They do not. But I'd still consider next week because even, even if it, as long as it doesn't go up, you'll get that vol contraction even, just in an hour or two. 1085, that's a igniting gap, but excessive. And that's it. Where's that stand is? Let's go now to Eric. He's asking about a couple things here. CSX, railroad. It is a 1-2-3, but we don't take 1-2-3s that are extended and far from the 20 is the problem. Weekly's up 3 bars of resistance, so it's not, we like them igniting from consolidation. CMCSA. Now, so that's a bottoming pattern. So yeah. So, it's not a great directional now because of resistance. You're still in a trading range, but it's up a little bit. I like a Wednesday's wide range bar. So that is a put spread idea. Galaxy. Yeah, day trade. I don't like the reward to risk for a swing, but day trade, sure. Hoping it's gapping up a little bit. You can buy 5-minute high. For a day trade, stop under 29.50. I don't know. Then finally, you're asking about dunking. It's consolidating at resistance. I don't think it's high probability in the weeklies of 4 weeks at resistance. So I'm not crazy about that one. Tan alarm went off. The stop alarm. eBay alarm. This is a put spread over yesterday's high. FISV alarm went off. So let me tell them. Hey, look at news here. Look at marijuana. We've been watching this sector for years, and we've been burned a couple times. And look at the size of that gap, and it's not even passed. They're just talking about declassifying it, and that's been the talk, for years. But there's no way if you were long, you just got lucky. You got lucky. There's no entry, no pattern. Uh, Hood, call spread watch. I wish I saw that earlier. Well, I did say something yesterday, but I just didn't get around to look at it because I was busy. We did do a call spread on MicroStrategy, but with this gap, 5-minute low would have been a fantastic call spread. All right, G. We got some awesome longs that are just outperforming everything. Let's move stop. I got a couple up alarms going off here. Let's move stop break even on G and then 30-minute low. Hilton alarm, we did HIG. I mean, we got some that just friggin' took off. Circle is triggering. All right, Hilton, let's move stop under. Wow, look at that base. That's what you call an end of day base. Incredible strength, 277.88. I've been saying for weeks, I had no clue why these hotels are so friggin' strong. They were outperforming way before the broader markets did. All-time highs and, certain sectors flashing recession and spending. The talk of the town is poor getting poorer, rich getting richer, you know. Seven, 88. Lima, new alarms, USAR, 6,115. Got that. Oh, Alex, serious question. Have you driven a Ford lately? Up alarm or Ford? Yes. I'm busy here. Going through alarms. That's my focus at the morning. Open trades get priority. A bat is that little battery stock. Check out a bat, ABAT. What's this AMD doing? Oh, shoot, AMD. Man, this thing, that's strong. Dude, why won't it fall? We got 225s, 220, 220, AMD, 225, 230, and 225, 230. Let's move stop break even. Man, what an AMD. Shoot, man, he's too strong. Ah, shoot, I totally forgot about him. Turner, busy working on all these alarms. Good. All right, I still have an open profit. Not much because of that pop right there, but all right, I did a spread, as you know, so let me see what I can get out at. Wow, they're still juicy, man. All right, I'm gonna kill mine just because market's rebounding. All right, I'm out at a profit. Made 68 bucks on a one lot. Just so I don't have to babysit it. All right. Alarms. I'm still busy with alarms. Oh, shop. Ugly retracement. A bat that's not ready, but maybe Monday. Bottoming pattern. Let me reset the alarm. 432. Curto alarm. Viking low alarm. Man, I'm busy here. Vic. All right, I already moved stuff, so I'll just leave it. Curto, nope. Curto's an early alarm, but it's one of these buy setups deep. It has to get over yesterday's high. Let me reset the alarm higher to 156. XYF. I would love a bottoming tail on this to give the new low reversal. What was your credit? Oh, I did. It was a $1.27 on Lulu. That's what I got. Sure, it's at that prior high, has to go sideways. USAR. Yeah, USAR. We're already in it long. I gave it as a put spread.